Hello everyone and welcome to Magicdecor, where everyday spaces are turned into extraordinary places. I am Anushaya, your host and your creative guide on this journey. So let's sprinkle a little bit of magic into our home decor. Today we have Mr. Swastik Chakraborty with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. So before starting with the session, let us know what do you do?
So I deal with a lot of technological jig bangs on a day-to-day basis, work for Intel Technologies,
Okay.
and creating some new experiences for all the people across the globe.
That's great. That's great. So we would like to know what's your personal style?
A simple but very elegant, and it should also speak about something.
Right.
And sometimes what happens is that we try to create a lot many things, lot many complexities we bring together. But I think telling a story in a very simple fashion is not so easy.
Right.
But that is what is kind of my style, to make very complicated things elaborate on a very, very simple term for everyone else's understanding. And that is something which I reflect in almost everything that I do.
That's great. Actually, we can see that in your space, to be honest. Okay, so what made you think that now is the time for you to choose a wallpaper for your space?
Building a dream home is everyone else's, a thought. It is
Correct.
there. When it came for, my new house, the villa that I have constructed recently, the walls should talk about that simplicity.
Got
And
it.
in view of that, there are different options. I could have done some painting or this, that, or murals. There are a lot of options. And then I thought that, let me give a kind of blend, which basically signifies something that I always believe. And then that belief system ultimately translated to choice of certain wallpapers. And I have been searching a lot of wallpapers, what are the designs, shape, sizes, at cost and everything. And, then narrowed down this, wallpaper will be the thing, but people should not be thinking it is a wallpaper.
Right.
It may be more like a full wall painting.
Correct.
That should look like. And that is what transpired to be choosing a wallpaper at the end of the day, but not just any wallpaper, but a specific type.
Got it. So there's a lot of thought that you've put in to think that what needs to be done into your space.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so how did you discover Magicdecor?
Internet is the biggest powerful measures today, and only one good thing that actually stuck, because there can be several other folks who are there in this social media based marketing piece.
Correct.
Is the uniqueness of customization,
Yeah.
uniqueness of certain stock images that you have, and the capability to create any of your customers' images and giving it to a shape, right? At the end of the day, I think those are some of the areas that has actually struck me. And once I understood that it is Magicdecor is able to deliver not many such kind of customizations and all the stuff, so naturally it has become a kind of choice for me to move to the next step to explore further.
Lovely. So, sir, now that we can see you have installed multiple wallpapers in your space, right? So I would like to know the inspiration behind few wallpapers that are your personal favorite.
So if you see my ground floor, as you enter, there is a peaceful mural of Buddha. So from a Vastu perspective also, it is basically told that you need to keep lotus or Lord Buddha meditation pose. And then I thought that fine, if that is what is Buddha, and there was a Bodhi tree you must be aware of.
Right.
So hence what you are seeing behind is basically that Bodhi tree and Lord Buddha is there. So that is one concept. On the other hand, when you talk about peace, right? Then another thing comes into picture is basically the Sufiana.
Correct.
Right? Which basically gives you kind of tranquility. And that's why that is there in another wallpaper in my living room that I have chosen there. And to just to keep a kind of, a peace, tranquility, everything together, to have some sort of positive energy in the new home. I have some of the walls, like, you might have seen the Worley, designs. Then I thought that, fine, if the wall is a wallpaper, what about the curtain?
True.
And that's why I have actually asked, hey, can the same design can be used for curtains, so that you can have the similarity in both the places. I think that is a kind of uniqueness that I actually brought there as well.
Right. Okay, so I am very sure that the inspiration that you have is definitely going to inspire multiple people, because Vastu and focusing on tranquility, serenity, peace, everything is what we look into when it's about decorating our space, right? So, sir, we would like to know how was the whole process of ordering to purchasing everything?
Yeah, so incidentally, I was returning back from Delhi that day, and I was while coming back, I was browsing your website, in the car. If you ask me, it was a pretty straightforward deal. I knew what I need,
Right.
and I knew what I want.
Got it.
So two things were there. I told, hey, I'm going ahead with this. I just need you to give me a kind of price at which I can work.
Right.
And second thing is that the customization is what I would expect you to deliver. And it was pretty much easier to actually book the order as well as get it executed within a record short time.
Got it. So, how was the installation process? Did it create some sort of mess or something like that, or it was very seamless and easy?
I should say thank you to Magicdecor, because the kind of timeline that I have given, I don't believe that with such a short time you have ever worked with any of the customers with such a big square feet area to be covered. So what happened is that yes, it was a continuous pressure from my side, and you delivered in record time. And the applicator, right?
Right.
I think one of the critical thing is that money can be paid, design can be created, but if it is not executed, because those are the last mile delivery, because those are the applicators whose work and workmanship makes all the difference.
Right, sir.
Several people came to my house and they could not even figure it out that these are wallpapers and where are their joints are.
Right.
And those thing goes to lots of kudos to those applicators who actually delivered this, executed this, and then made it so real.
Yeah.
Is something very phenomenal, and they have been working in my house very late at night to meet some of the timelines and all. I think that is quite phenomenal job was done by their applicators as well. So I should say in a nutshell that whether it is a marketing, sales, your architecture teams who have been spending a lot of time with me to understand
Right.
and to give some kind of working drawings and all of the stuff, whether it is meeting my requirement or not, or whether it is meeting my tests or not, or whether meeting that simplicity that we have been talking about or not. I think those people work day in and day out to basically have those things created. But kudos to those applicators who actually, it is not a matter of joke that it is 22 feet height, and people cannot simply figure it out where is the gap and how they are basically being put together. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually our installers work really hard to make sure that our customers receive what they are actually wishing to have, right? So now that we entered your house, we can actually see that the space is looking wonderful. So what was your initial reaction when you saw the walls finally transformed?
Anushka, one of the thing is that, several times it happens. I mean, you see something, you get something else.
Right.
Right? And sometimes what happens is that, I have ordered for something and you got something, and then you were told, no, this was what we wanted to deliver, right? And the color will be different, texture will be different than what you have seen in the picture.
Right.
I think this is the first time I am seeing that, what I have seen in the picture and what has been put on the wall is exactly the same thing, right?
Lovely.
I think that is one. Second thing is that most of the time what happens is that, for some kind of pictures, resolution and its dimensions make a lot of difference.
Correct.
Means, if it is a landscape, if you want to make it as a portrait and portrait to landscape, those resolutions and all of the stuff will create a huge amount of image sizes are going to create problem. But as can be seen, from behind this wall, right? I mean, it was a landscape. We wanted to make it as a portrait. And the way this has been actually done, no one can figure out that a landscape has been converted to a portrait, right? So it has been zoomed in, and some of the flimsy part has gone off,
Right.
and then they have clipped it. I think those are the kind of first reactions, right? And several times, if you have seen my living, my dining room, the wall, 99% of the people came and touched the wall to check whether they are actual wooden louvers
Yeah.
or they are wallpaper.
Right.
Right? I think that kind of thing basically tells you that the quality, the execution, ultimately translating to a different experience
Right.
that people simply cannot, with their naked eye, cannot even figuring it out whether it is a wallpaper or this is a painting or this is the actual wooden louvers
Correct.
which are there. And that, I think, should tell you that the quality and the execution, how that transpired to deliver this experience.
Correct.
And I really sit back and relax and enjoy what people are thinking, and that is a kind of very, very nice experience.
That's actually really good to hear. So we all know that physical spaces have a lot of effect on our minds, right? So as you said, Buddha wallpaper is for the peace, and even the Bodhi tree also. So what do you think, has the wallpaper transformed your overall feeling or mood?
Absolutely. So, I mean, something which is designed and something which has been, giving that experience, right? So, if you see that, the choice of all the wallpapers were done by us.
Yeah, right.
And then we also tried to figuring it out that, how mix and match we should do to give the theme. Like,
Correct.
master bedroom should be, kind of red and red related, textures that needs to be there.
Right.
On the other hand, my daughter wanted to have something in the shades of gray. And I personally wanted to have an orly art. And the same thing for the living room space that we have taken. I think the thing is that choice was primarily done by us.
Yes, definitely.
But the thing is making it suitable for the wall dimensions, physically coming to the site and taking those dimensions and making things work. I believe, a lot of kudos to the entire Magicdecor team for gifting this, this experience, right? Everyone does work with money and all of the stuff, right? But the kind of impact it creates, the experience it creates, the feeling that you get, I think it is simply wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, sir, moving on, as you said that friends and families have visited your place. So, what do you think? What was their initial reaction? Also, did you receive any sort of compliments or comments?
Yeah, exactly. So, as I mentioned, that they felt it is a painting. Right. Someone has come and painted the wall. But then they realized, no, it is not a painting. It is a wallpaper. Right. So that's why I told that the traditional wallpaper and its impact versus this customized wallpaper and its impact is going to be remarkably different, right? And it can be, my own pictures that I might have taken.
Correct.
And that customization basically gives you that kind of capability to have your own images or own pictures that you might have taken which you really like. So naturally, several people, I mean, as they entered, they were just looking at the Buddha's, wallpaper, and they're telling, oh, it is so fascinating. It's so much calm, quiet, right? So those are the things. And then people who are quite familiar with the different types of art, they just came and then look at the worldly art that you have got, which I have chosen there. It creates a kind of, different experience that, this is also can be an option for wallpapers. And how does it actually give a kind of different look and feel? I think those are some of the questions or the compliments that I have received here.
So there's one thing that I would like to highlight. Sir has chosen designs as per his own wish, right? So he firstly understood what is going to match the vibe of his house. That's also very important thing, to understand the colors, to understand what the space is and what is actually going to suit. So that's one wonderful thing, definitely to be highlighted. So moving on, what's that one thing that you love about Magicdecor wallpaper?
The fastest time to deliver
Okay.
and outstanding execution and differentiated capability to customize things
Yes.
and be very, very passionate with a highly demanding customer.
Right, sir. Okay. So would you like to recommend Magicdecor to your friends, family, or anybody around you in future?
As you know that, this is the first house in this layout.
Yeah.
The number of people came from my housewarming ceremony. Everyone got to know about Magicdecor, which they never knew. So I have become your kind of, marketing person to market your name, your brand to this area. And I believe that there will be a lot of such kind of recommendations that will be coming up, because as new houses come up in this particular layout,
Right.
least they will do that is one visit to my house, right? So yeah, I mean, this goes for almost any other brand items that I have used, but same thing goes with Magicdecor, because this is a kind of experience they never thought is possible.
Right.
And then when I talk about Magicdecor, then obviously that becomes a kind of reference point.
Correct.
Oh, if this is true, we can also try.
True.
So basically this double height, and sometimes, your own folks have been also thinking that, how did it happen?
Exactly.
Correct? So same thing happened to some of the other visitors in my house and coming and telling that, how did you do that? I told, I have not done anything. It is the Magicdecor's applicator team. I just provisioned for a double height, ladder, and rest was done by them.
Great. So now that you've actually, I think you definitely have loved how Magicdecor has worked for you. So would you look forward towards future projects with Magicdecor?
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing is now, very incidentally, yesterday I was talking to my wife, and then I was asking, see, some of the walls are still vacant. So do we do a Magicdecor? So we are basically trying to have that discussion. That is point number one. Point number two is obviously I become your reference point. So that is the second thing. Third one is that, one is how much water I can drink, or how much water I can make others drink.
Correct.
I think that will be the second part which will be there. But yeah, in my future engagements, I will look for opportunities wherein I can use Magicdecor, right? Or I can create an opportunity for you to do a better execution, and then basically create those experiences for my referrals that I'm planning to do.
Sir, it was great talking to you. It was amazing. And thank you so much. We really love to see how our wallpapers inspire spaces and create beautiful spaces, of course. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. It was great talking to you. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.